The corpse of the Varkel was still twitching faintly beneath Karath's claws when exhaustion finally caught up with him. His breathing was heavy and ragged, his lungs stretching with each inhale as if drawing air through thick mud. The metallic scent of his own blood mixed with the sharp mineral stench from the torn crystalline hide of the giant serpent, forming a biting odor that scorched his throat. Karath dropped to one knee, his other hand braced against a tree trunk, keenly aware of the subtle but undeniable tremor spreading along his arm. He had won. But it was not the victory of a hunter. It was the end of a struggle fought with teeth and claws where honor had been shredded along with flesh. Karath was just about to rise when instinct, the same instinct that had saved him more than once today, screamed a warning. Not a loud sound, but a shift in the air. Tiny, even vibrations traveled through the ground like a tightly muted drumbeat. Not chaotic, not rushed. They came in formation. Karath spun around, claws snapping out. From the edge of the forest, small shapes began to emerge. They were low to the ground, lean but compact, moving on four limbs at startling speed. Their skin was dark, covered with coarse, short fur. Their heads small, jaws lined with teeth, sharp as shattered stone. None rushed forward. They split apart, spreading wide, gradually closing the circle. Not solitary predators. A pack. Karath understood the moment the first one stopped, tilted its head, and released a short sound. Instantly, the entire pack adjusted their positions, Varash maintaining just enough distance so that he could not reach one without exposing his back to the others. Karath growled deep in his throat and lunged at the nearest one, hoping to break the encirclement. His claws came down, ripping out the creature's throat, hot blood spraying and blackening the soil. But the instant it fell, two others struck from both sides, their jaws sinking deep into his forearm and shoulder. Pain flared like fire. Karath heaved violently, his eye flinging one aside, then crushed the skull of the other with his elbow. Bone cracked with a dry snap. But the creatures did not retreat. They shifted, repositioned, attacking one at a time, never all at once. Wearing him down, another leapt for his leg. Its teeth bit deep into the muscle of Karath's thigh, just beneath the thick armor. He roared, seized its head, and twisted hard. A sharp crack echoed as its neck snapped, but the price was a blinding surge of pain flooding his leg, blood pouring freely, hot and slick. Karath staggered. They noticed instantly. The circle tightened, the distance closed. Their small, cold eyes no longer probed him. They changed, settling into something else. The cruel patience of predators who knew their prey was weakening. Karath fought to stay upright, back hunched, legs spread for balance. Every heartbeat dragged pain through his thigh. Every movement forced more blood out. He cut down another, then another. Bodies littered the ground around him, but each gap was filled at once. Quickly, Karath realized the truth. This was not a battle he could win. His breathing broke into uneven gasps, his vision dimmed at the edges. He felt exhaustion creeping into his muscles, heavy and cold like a sentence being passed. One leaped from behind and clamped onto his other calf. Karath dropped to one knee, claws gouging into the earth to keep from collapsing. The pack surged forward. No choice remained. Karath tore a hand to his belt and ripped free a small device, a smoke bomb. He activated it and hurled it straight down into the center of the circle. A dull sounded, followed instantly by thick black smoke billowing outward like a living thing, swallowing everything. The smoke did more than blind. It carried a sharp metallic sting that scrambled the senses and shattered orientation. He turned and ran straight toward the roaring sound of water he had heard earlier, a powerful stream cutting through the forest. Each step felt like his leg might snap, but survival drove him onward, pushing him through the pain. He jumped. Cold water slammed into Karath's body. The current seized him, spinning and dragging him under. For a few brief seconds, he could not tell up from down, only felt repeated impacts of rock against his back and shoulders. After nearly an hour drifting with the current, he caught hold of a jutting rock, claws digging deep. He hauled himself up and rolled onto the far bank, utterly spent. Karath lay there gasping, water streaming off his armor and torn flesh, blood thinning as it mixed into the rushing stream behind him. He did not rise immediately. Only when he was certain no pursuing footsteps followed did Karath force himself toward a narrow crevice nearby. Cold stone pressed against his back, hiding his massive frame from the outside world. Inside the gap, the air was damp and dark. But at least for now, nothing was hunting him. Karath leaned his head against the rock wall, his breathing slowly steadying, though the pain remained, dull and persistent. He looked down at the wound in his thigh. The bleeding had slowed, but the torn muscle would hinder him for many days to come. He let out a quiet chuckle, a hoarse sound, empty of humor. This planet would not grant him time to celebrate victory.